Had the 38-inch comfort flow mounted right here. It was antique brass and had track lighting in here and whatnot, and my piano was down there, so I could sit and play the piano under the fan. And had the 52-inch version out here on a longer down rod than you would expect. I also had my Leslie lock brown with the weird baseball bat blades in here for the longest. I don't remember what fan was in here when I moved out. I moved out when I was still in high school. I can't remember. But then when I got this Nutone friction drive, this seemed like the perfect place to put it, because this room doesn't get used very often. And it's not a great fan to use, but it's a really cool fan that I wanted to have installed somewhere. Since I moved out, this has been one of my brother's rooms for a bit. A den, which it is kind of now, slash kind of a sewing room and storage room. It was my daughter's room briefly when she would stay here for the summers, and she would stay with Grandma. It was my dad's kind of office for a while, and now it's, you know, back to being a den slash sewing room. I'm going to turn that fan off now. There's no reason for it to keep going, and plus then you can see it off. Okay, well, this was my parents' room when we were growing up, and in here they went to the local lighting showroom and spent the most money they ever spent on a fan, and got a Thomas Industries fan that basically looks like a design house carousel builder fan, and the thing was terrible. It never ran right. I think it was just off balance. Honestly, I think it's all it needed was balancing, but at the time I didn't know. And that was in here for the longest, and then I won my first Casablanca Zephyr on eBay and put it in here. And that was in here for a while. I don't remember what was in here after that, because the Zephyr, the Slumber Quiet, failed, and I put something else in here. I don't remember what now. But then when they shifted this around to become my brother's room, I put this Emerson in here because I figured my brothers are both sports guys, and figured, you know, with lacrosse sticks and hockey sticks and basketballs and everything else, I wanted something that wasn't as likely to get damaged. And these blade brackets are real resilient. But it's also a classy enough fan that if my parents decide to move back into this room, since it is the bigger bedroom, you know, I won't have to change the fan right away. It's a good fan. This was my bedroom before I had the other bedroom, and when we were kids, my dad went to Fish Building Supply and bought a blue 5-blade design house hugger with a spotlight kit. And the spotlight kit had sockets that constantly failed. When they eventually replaced that, they replaced it with an Encon crayon fan. And that was in here for the longest. After that, I don't remember what was in here. I think I put a Lasko turn of the century in here, but I put 40-inch plastic blades on it at one point. And when my parents made this their room, I put the blue... Oh, there was a Casablanca Four Seasons in here for the longest. I remember that. And my dad actually liked that fan best because it was quiet and moved a lot of air. But when... yeah, so that was there for a while when this was my parents' room. And then for a while after that, I put this blue flower Quoizel in here, since my mom loves blue and flowers and things of that nature. And she likes this one better. My dad liked the Four Seasons better, because the Four Seasons was a better performing fan. This one's a little bit noisy. So, I think that's the whole upstairs. I don't know if anybody cares. There's this exhaust fan in the bathroom that my dad and I put in here in the early 90s. And I don't care for exhaust fans, but, which one? Some people probably do. And, this is actually the original exhaust fan to the house up there, so that's 60 years old, but the grate, I can't remember if it was Nutone or what, but the control's back here. It's an old control. I don't even think it works anymore. Nope. But they lost the grate to it when they were repainting, and so they just put this new grate on it. Okay. Downstairs, in the rec room here, which I've currently taken over for getting stuff ready for the museum, is this Lasko turn of the century. When I was a kid, I moved the design house hugger out of my brother's room when they put the crayon fan in. I moved it and put it right here, and I painted it all kinds of weird colors. And then when I was a teenager, I put an ornate Lasko where that light is and had track lighting, and switched fans around here for a bit. At first it was a Ritz, then it was a Casablanca. I think at one time before that fan, I think I had a turbo Zephyr there and a regular Zephyr here. There was a Zephyr there at one point. And for the longest, this was a Emerson turn of the century, the 1895 brown style. And then when I finally decided to, stop just having fans hanging everywhere and have like a, set fans that were going to be here permanently, this is what I picked. Thought about putting another fan in here. I'd love to find a place to install those two dual 40-inch island fans. And I thought this room might work for that, but I haven't figured that out yet. So then we get into the unfinished part of the basement. And this section over here, that used to be my dad's workroom, and now it's basically just a storage area, mostly for household stuff, but you can see I've got a freshened air and a few things there. Has this little Emerson Blenderfan that was a gift. Control is right there. Going down this way, this is my newest addition. This is what I was waiting to do a tour. I didn't want to do a tour until I had a fan here. And I've been waiting for a while for a 36-inch white metal bladed fan I could put here. Originally it was going to be a Tat, and was originally then going to be a like the Union version of this, the older Union style with the rounded motor. But I got these, and I thought these were just ideal. So I put that in today, and I'm now able to do the tour. And I like it because the fans are evenly spaced. There's a fan there that if you actually count, it's actually evenly spaced here, and then there's another one down there. So it's it kind of makes sense. Like, even if this wasn't a collector space, it still kind of makes sense. And that's my goal for all my installations. I want them to look like spaces that belong to people who really love fans, but not necessarily like a fan showroom or a fan collector, not counting, of course, all the fans stored here. So this is the laundry area, but once you get past the laundry area, then you're in my fan shop. And the fan shop consists of that Classic Concepts and that Envirofan DecoraFan, both on that control there. And that Envirofan DecoraFan and that Emerson Sears spinner. And they're both on this control here. Had I thought about it, and I'm just now thinking about this for the first time, it would have been cool to put those two fans on the same control, because then it'd be 2, 2, 2, and 2. But that would require a lot more wiring. Right now they each have a control right next to it, and trying to run a wire all the way down there and not have it, I don't like all these big noticeable wires here. I like the wire, my stuff, to run up into the rafters. So that would have been a big pain. And then this switch turns off the fans in my fan shop, as well as one light. The light that's right next to the Classic Concepts. This fan is on the same switch as... No, not those. I think it's maybe these. Yeah. Although sometimes I will... I've got it so that it plugs in right here. That outlet is switched. But sometimes I will plug it in there instead if it's water in the basement and I want to dry out the floor. But this one's actually on an unswitched outlet, so this will be on all the time, and that's just because here's where the drain is and the other the dehumidifier and whatnot. So okay, I think I've covered everything, and I hope you've enjoyed finally seeing how everything comes together here. It's been a long time coming for me to have the fans here that I really want, and hopefully I won't have to change any of them anytime soon. And like I said, the only things that'll change will be if a fan breaks, or if they finally decide to put fans in some of the spaces where I have yet to be able to. So, thanks for watching.